And he says, hey, you know that the world operates on power and status and getting to the top. But true greatness in God's kingdom is humble, sacrificial service, not status or power. It's people who go out of their way to be a blessing to others, who live humble lives. That's who's going to be the greatest in the kingdom. True greatness in God's kingdom is defined by humble servants, not by exercising worldly power. And Jesus wants his followers. He wants us to follow him. Did you notice that? He says, listen, I want you to serve as I have served you. Every point Jesus tried to make, the disciples misunderstood him. And it's a breaking point for us too, because for those of us who follow Jesus, we have to answer this riddle. Jesus has told us what his kingdom is going to be about and what kind of king he's going to be and what his agenda is. And yet, sometimes we so misunderstand it. Sometimes we misunderstand what Jesus, even when he says, this is what I'm all about. Because Jesus has been trying to reveal to us over and over and over through the Gospel of Luke. Luke has been writing these things down to help us understand what kind of kingdom God is establishing, what kind of king Jesus is going to be, and what his agenda is. And yet, at so many turns, we still turn to our kingdom and our rules and our things. And we're like, well, this has to be, Jesus, can you just match what we got going on? And Jesus is like, no, this is what my kingdom's about. And Jesus had taken the bread and the wine to reveal the meaning of his mission, that his body was going to be given for us. His blood was going to be poured out. It was a picture of sacrificial love. And yet almost immediately after Jesus talking about the sacrificial love that he was about to pour out, they start arguing about who's going to be the greatest. That moment exposes this breaking point between the values of the world and the values of the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God, greatness is measured by sacrifice. In the kingdom of the world, greatness is measured by power. The higher you climb, the better you are. Jesus says the lower you go, the better you are. Greatness is measured by service. It's measured by a people who are willing to serve when no one's looking. To reject the system of the world that says rise to power and hold on to it for everything you got. But rather use whatever power God's given you and leverage it to serve others, to honor others, and to uplift others, to love others. The picture that Jesus leaves, the lasting picture Jesus leaves is these guys, is probably him washing their feet. He says, listen, if I've washed your feet, shouldn't you follow in my footsteps? And he's not actually literally talking about washing people's feet, but it's the posture of a heart that's willing to serve and do a servant's task. It's a higher up, the higher you go up into your work organization, the more of a servant you become. That mentality. Jesus challenges our understanding about power and wealth and status. He says the system of the world lorded it over people, but not so with you. And the Christian life begins with receiving a sacrifice from Jesus, but it doesn't end there. It leads us to humility. It leads us to a mission. It leads us to something bigger and greater than ourselves.